Hello, today's lesson is lesson 95 on reciprocals. A reciprocal is when I take a fraction, for example, 2/3, and if I switch the numerator and the denominator, my new number, 3/2, is the reciprocal of 2/3. The reciprocal has the same numbers, but the positions are reversed. This is called inverting a fraction. So the reciprocal of 2/3 is 3/2, and the reciprocal of 3/2 is 2/3, because again, we just switch the numerator and the denominator to find the reciprocal. Whole numbers can also have reciprocals. Remember that I can write any whole number as a fraction by putting it over the number 1. For example, if I have the number 2, I can turn that into a fraction by putting it over the number 1. Now that I have my fraction, I can now find the reciprocal. The reciprocal of 2, or 2 over 1, is equal to 1 over 2. Now, if I take a number and its reciprocal and I multiply them together, then the answer is always equal to 1. So if I asked you, if I wanted to do 2/3 times 3/2, so a number times its reciprocal, my answer would be 6 over 6. And we know that any number that's over itself equals 1. So a question you might see on your homework might say something like, how many 1/2 are in 1? If at every time it asks you for how many equals are in 1, you know you are looking for the reciprocal. In this first problem, we have, what is the reciprocal of 5/6? So remember, we take the fraction 5/6 and we switch the numerator and the denominator. So the reciprocal of 5/6 equals 6/5. This one asks, what is the product of 1/3 and its reciprocal? Remember, product means to multiply. So I need to take my fraction, so 1/3, and I'm going to multiply it by its reciprocal, which is going to be 3 over 1. And I know that because I switched the numerator and denominator. So I'm going to multiply these across. 1 times 3 is 3 over 3 times 1 is 3. 3 over 3 equals 1. Because a fraction and its reciprocal always equals 1. Okay, on this next one, we have, what is the reciprocal of 4? So first I have to change 4 into a fraction, and I do that by putting it over the number 1. Now I need to find the reciprocal, and I do that by switching the numerator and denominator. So the reciprocal of 4 equals 1/4. This last one says to divide 1 divided by 3/4. What this question is really asking is, it's asking how many 3/4 are in 1. One whole. Okay, so when I divide 1 by any number other than 0, the quotient is always going to be the reciprocal. So the answer to this problem is going to be the reciprocal of 3/4. And the reciprocal of 3/4 is going to be 4/3. I could, of course, double check this by taking 4/3 and multiplying it by 3/4. And if it equals 1, I'm correct. So 4 times 3 is 12. 3 times 4 is 12. 12 over 12 equals 1. Therefore, I know that the answer, 4/3, is the reciprocal of 3/4. Okay, that's all for this lesson. Good luck.